one who aspired to be like a St. Francis, the great deacon of the church. We look at the great deacons of the church, and they truly stand out. First 7 deacons that were made, there was St. Stephen, the first martyr of the church. Martyr being a word, it means witness. Perhaps his witnessing played a role in the eventual martyrdom of St. Paul, who was martyred in Rome. St. Lawrence was one of the early deacons who traded in his serving apron for a pulpit. And he went to a town called Samaria, a Gentile town, and converted the entire populace. And the rest of the apostles were staying close to home, and they saw his work as a witness of what the church was meant to do. You see, the church, by definition, is mission-oriented. It's called to go out, to reach out, to teach all nations. And so it is we celebrate this occasion, the beginning of the ministry of Deacon Rick Roder. I would sum up today by thinking of the word transformation. Indeed, Deacon Rick Roder has been transformed in time. We as Catholics are believers in transformation because we have 7 gifts in the church that are wrapped with bows. These gifts, which we call the sacraments, are not just mile markers along the way of our stages of life, but they are gifts we regularly receive that transform us, that make us holy, that make us changed. As our Lord said in today's reading, I came to make all things new. And so it is we celebrate transformation of Rick Roder himself. I think of the words of sacred scripture when St. Peter himself was told, "Amen, I say to you, when you were younger, you used to dress yourself and go where you wanted. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go." We want to thank Wendy Roder for dressing Rick and for leading him on a good path, for also being part of his transformation. I guess my point is that Deacon Rick Roder has come a long way. It is wonderful to see him serving the church. And I think of our common journey. Rick and I are both children who were one of 7. We both have parents named Richard and Mary. We both drove Ford Pintos in high school. We both have family from a little country called Luxembourg, where we have our roots. And both of us were the least expected to come and serve the church in holy orders. As we reflect upon this amazing gift, amazing transformation, I asked Rick, what caused your vocation later in life? And he gave me one word, and that was the word prayer. And he described, he was given a book by his sister Anne that was called Contemplative Prayer. And he began to pray a little more than he used to. And that's when things started to happen. He also has a very beautiful devotion to Our Lady, to the Lady of Luxembourg. And so it is, I see a commonality, because Mary has always been, for me, one who guided my paths, bringing me closer to Christ. So as we come, we ask the blessing of Our Lady on this parish church, which has borne great fruit today. It's 125th anniversary in the celebration of the ordination of Deacon Rick Roder. We celebrate and we ask that we too, as in the order of deacons, may continue not to be deaconed, but to deacon, not to be served, but to serve.